Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Tom, and welcome to a new commentary video. So I'm going to be doing these, basically, like I said in my previous video, I'm going to collect your gameplay, commentate over your gameplay, so definitely send me gameplay. It could be Xbox or PC. I have the PC method to get me your gameplay in my previous video, but if you guys don't have a PC or you guys aren't gaming on PC right now, then, use a capture card on Xbox or make a Twitch account, enable past broadcast, and just stream your gameplay to your channel and then link me the rebroadcast. I mean, I don't really care how you get your gameplay to me, just get it to me, DM it to me, however you can. If it's a good game and it has some type of educational value, then you'll probably see it on my channel at some point. That being said, the game that we're going to watch today is from Slim Haley, and this is actually some 4v4 gameplay. Both teams were pre-made parties of 4 in the ranked Team Slayer playlist on PC. So let's have a look. So when you're playing Slayer, or just, really any game type, the whole premise is to control the power-ups and power positions, and so I don't know what that first nade was, but he's going to nade himself up to rockets right here, and he loses the fight, but he sort of glitches himself into the enemy player, sticks the overshield, so that's a pretty good trade. Pretty uncommon, uncharacteristic, but I think there's one rocket down, and they both traded overshields, so really there's nothing up right now. There's 2 snipers in play, 2 of his teammates die, so he's going to get 1 kill with a grenade. Teammate ends up killing Arsenal, and there's no more rockets in play, so that's a good thing. Now, I've made reference to this in previous videos, but like the 852 rule, which means 850, 550, and 250. Basically, that's the general time in which everything's going to come up. So overshield, camo, sniper, rockets. Most of the time, they're 3 minutes. I mean, some maps, they're 2 minutes, but Citadel's not one of those maps. And given that you can't dirty weapons, which means like manually timing them anymore, the 852 rule is even more effective. So it's 5-4, and I do like this play with the bubble shield. You really can't lose in that situation. He did get a nice trade, and it's 6-5. So there's no disincentive to not push that and trade kills, especially when you're up. Avoided winning a nice 1v1 right there. So red team doing a pretty good job of staying up. There really isn't a whole lot in play outside of 2 snipers, and I know I kind of make that sound like it's not important, but snipers are actually probably more so important on PC than they were on Xbox, especially when you factor in the no VSync, unlimited FPS, high FOV. Pretty much everybody can land those body shots now with snipe, and it's kind of frustrating. I mean, when you talk to some of the top players, they will tell you the same thing. I mean, sniping is a little bit easier now on PC, and pretty much everybody is capable of taking over a game. And that's something that really wasn't present prior to, but now, again, like, we're at a point where everyone's playing on 400 plus FPS, 90 plus FOV, no VSync. I would say the floor is a lot higher now on PC, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to affect crossplay coming soon. So red team's down now, but rockets are coming up pretty shortly. I'm not sure when Slim picked them up, but I think they're 2 minutes on this map because you don't get the extra ammo. And like I said, you cannot dirty weapons anymore, so it doesn't matter when you pick it up. Like, it's gonna just come. Basically, the time starts right when you pick the weapon up. It's kind of broken. It's kind of stupid because it takes away a layer of skill to the game because, again, timing weapons is a skill set. That's why, Halo pros had coaches. But if I'm playing Devil's Advocate, it does kind of speed up the pace of gameplay. So I think it's like a good. There's pros and cons to it. I'm more on the side where I'd like to time the weapons, but it is what it is. So it looks as if red team's going to get rockets. They do, but they get power drained, and that's something that you guys should be going for often as equipment. You don't have to time equipment, but it's sort of the meta. Like, you should always look for the power drain, the bubble shield, the regen, just because why not? There's really no point not to. I know it's stupid, it's cheesy, it's cheating, but it's vanilla Halo 3. And if you don't like that, don't play it. But it's one of those things where if you're going to play a Team Slayer or Team Doubles, you have to do it. Like, if you don't do it, the other team will, and you got to just be resourceful. So I think there's rockets down right here, and yeah, there is. And he's in a pretty good position to get this overshield. Like I said, 850, 550, 250 is when the overshields and camo generally come up on every single map. And then, of course, like I said, the weapons generally are 3 minutes, but sometimes 2. And Slim making really good plays, man. 2 rockets, 3 kills. He gets both OSs, and there's really not much that could go wrong here. I think he gets a stick right here. It does. It's just one of those games. So again, Arsenal's one shot. He gets cleaned up, and now he's going to push bottom middle. So overall, just being a really good team player and not overextending, which I think is really important. The red and blue snipers should be coming up. I'm not sure if they're up right now, but they should be momentarily. And it looks like to me as if this game is sort of getting out of control for the blue team. And again, the deficit really isn't that big, but you could sort of tell when things are going your way and when they're not. And I think right now for the red team, they're confident, they're winning their 1v1s when applicable, and they're doing a better job at controlling the map. Don't get me wrong, the blue team is incredibly good, they're incredibly skilled, and this is a really fair game on paper. Again, sometimes things happen where games, they spiral, and everyone has games where they struggle or their team struggles, and it just, like I said, it looks like that's one of those games. They're not really working together. The red team's doing a better job at just staying alive, controlling the map, and working more as a unit. Now, I can't speak too much on the connection. I don't know exactly what server this was played on. I would guess West or South Central, and I think Drac, Arsenal, and Donut are all on the East Coast. I could be wrong, but in online Halo, I mean, connection's always going to be a factor. Someone's got to be host, and that's just kind of what it is. I mean, if you can't play on different servers, then, you know, you could either block them or you could just dodge or something. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's online Halo, and you could complain about connection. Most people do, and they always will, but very nice snipe from Slim. You always have to have good awareness when you're sniping on Citadel because they will spawn on your flag and bubble, and they often do. So blue team trying to push up. Unfortunately, a nade explodes in the bubble, and Drac goes down. Trying to get his shields back, but Siphon makes a pretty good play. Gets the sniper, and it's still definitely a game. I mean, the blue team can come back. I think the next set of rockets are coming up in like 30 seconds, and very nice snipe with the last bullet. Deploying the bubble, deflecting a grenade, gets power drained, unfortunately. This should be a trade, but, oh, looks like he didn't get his beat down. So yeah, I think it is a West server, but again, it's just one of those things that there's got to be a host, and if you don't want to play on this server, like I said, you can block it. People, that's what people do. I don't make the rules. 10-point lead here. It's looking like the game is pretty much done, but I've seen comebacks before. So Slim under a little bit of pressure. He gets cleaned up by Siphon, but he does kill Donut, and there's 3 guys top blue. Like I said, the next thing coming up is rockets, and they should be up momentarily. Now, he either wants that sniper back or he wants those rockets, and it looks like he's going for snipe. There's really no wrong play here, so I would say, you know, again, it's a pretty good play. Unfortunately, he's getting shot. I don't think rockets are up, so even if he stayed top red or he stood top mid for the rockets, he probably would have died, so Drac ends up killing him. I'd much rather the enemy team have to go bottom middle for that sniper than just, you know, simply pick it up top blue, so I think that was a pretty good play. But hey, man, pretty close game. They're up 4. Rockets should be up, or they should have been up. I'm not really sure. I think the blue team might have them, or maybe it's his third teammate. I'm not really sure. But again, the overshields are coming up, so they have to at least get one. When overshields are coming up on Citadel, there's no excuse to forfeit both overshields. Like, you should always have one base and therefore get that overshield. I mean, I suppose you can get unlucky, but ultimately you should always have control over one base and therefore, you know, control that overshield. Pretty poor shots in the bubble guy, but again, they're up 8. There's no reason to push whatsoever. All they got to do is get one overshield and they should win the game. So Drax going to blue OV. I would expect Avoidance to contest that, and it looks like he is, and Slim should have a free OS right here. And I think, yep, Avoidance got the overshield, and that is going to be game. Overall, great game from both teams. I think that this was a very, very even matchup. Very cool to see Drac, Arsenal, Donut, and Siphon all playing together. Can't really speak on the connection issues, but what I can say is that the red team definitely made more plays when they had to. They won 1v1s. They controlled the overshields. I mean, I think there was 2 instances in this game where the red team got both overshields, and that just should never happen. But GG to both teams, and of course, make sure you guys submit gameplay. Like I said, watch my previous video if you guys want to submit PC gameplay. If you guys want to submit Xbox gameplay, stream it to your Twitch. Link me the broadcast, ideally with no commentary, because it's going to be hard to like listen to you and me at the same time. So try to do it without commentary if you can. But if not, that's cool too. Just like I said, DM me on Twitter. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.